Hello, geeks and gamers, gamers and geeks, so on and so forth. Welcome to a very special level 20 episode of Blood Feud. We're on the 57th episode. And yeah, if you like this sort of content where people meet up to play D&D or other roleplay games online, like and subscribe. If you haven't already, just do it. Just do it. It'll be better for everyone. But first, yeah, do it. Would the players like to tell us about their characters?
I'll go first. Hello guys, my name's Zane. In last session, my Chaos Dragonborn turned into a full-blooded Chaos Dragon. Since then, with the magical energy, he has become a level 4 Berserker Barbarian. No, not Berserker. It is the Frenzy Barbarian, I think.
That is the Berserker, yes.
Berserker. Yeah. Berserker Barbarian with 1 level and Chaos Wild Magic Sorcerer.
I'm surprised you went with Wild Magic Barbarian too, but go on then.
Well, I was thinking about Wild Magic Barbarian. Berserk seemed to fit better due to Chaos Dragons having more anger to their tendency and not in combat, not discerning friend from foe. And Berserker seemed to fit that.
Okay. Spoiler alert. All right.
That's not a warning at all. With that, I send over the next applicant to Amanda. Amanda, what fiery friend are you playing today?
Amanda, are you ready to play?
I think the magma method. I forgot already.
Yes, you are Scarlet the Magma Method, a barbarian also. But you're a Path of the Beast barbarian, aren't you? Which is fun because you've got fire claws.
She is also a berserker.
No, she's Path of the Beast.
Well, she's got 2 subclasses because of her blessing.
Okay.
From the war god.
Okay, I thought I'd just... Okay, never mind. Anyway. Who's next, Scarlet? Who are you going to... Yeah, she has friends. Yeah, that's what I thought I did, is just give her frenzy. Rather than 2 subclasses, but... What do I know? I'm only the Dungeon Master. Malrock, would you like to go next? Or does Amanda want to elect somebody else to go next? Or does someone else, like Night Watch or Blood Dancer, want to volunteer? Anyone?
I'll go next.
There we go. Hey, Blood Dancer.
Yeah. Blood Dancer is a warlock bard, half orc, half elf, hot mess, who also has domestic cat lycanthropy.
Yes.
And seems to think sitting on this dragon is a good idea. It is not, but he is a cat. He will do whatever the fluff he wants.
And that leaves us with Night Watch and Malrock. Well, Night Watch and Marcelin, technically. And
Yep.
Malrock.
My name is Night Watch. I am a Twilight Warforged Cleric of Sword of Praise the Moon, and I have my daughter Marceline with me. Why is my daughter Bush?
What? Why is my daughter what?
I was trying to keep it a secret, but just imagine, like, bunch of vines and leaves just, like...
Oh, okay. So you said a bush. Why is
Yeah,
my daughter a bush?
I'm trying to keep the surprise.
Fair. Malrock. Rob.
Yes.
Hi.
I'm here.
Could you do your character intro, please?
Today I play Malrock Doomrider, the Goliath Paladin Sorcerer.
Mm-hmm. Yay! And what happened last time we played, folks?
We kicked Magister's ass while getting our ass kicked.
That's kicked, yes.
We snuck into the city of the undead and challenged Magister first to a Magic of the Gathering, Gathering of the Magic card battle. That's what we called it. Which I promptly won, and then I started the actual fight. Well,
very quickly, because the first card you played basically completely ruined the his own deck's strategy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely skill and not luck. Definitely. While Rika was off doing that battle in another plane, the rest of the party was doing a fight with the Death Knights and was getting their ass swept with the amount of Hellfire orbs that were coming.
And other stuff like commands and banishments. Yeah, it was all kinds of fuckery, and it was great.
Yeah. And when I came back, I saw I noticed this, and we continued the fight. Well, me and Magister were chatting during the fight. We spent a turn doing nothing. Yeah, we were friends. And then we eventually I started fighting with Magister again. And the session, we decided we're going to do something stupid crazy, and we used True Polymorph, which helped turn the tide of the battle, and we beat Magister to the point where he teleported away.
Yes.
So we have to go find him. But during the True Polymorph, we realized that my character had some incredibly powerful magic items on him and had to access the energy somewhere. We decided that energy was going to leveling up our characters from level 16 to level 20. Mm-hmm. We just have woken up from the rest. We're all level 20 with this newfound power.
Yep.
And we're ready to take on the world.
Indeed. Is there anything in particular you would have done during your downtime?
No.
As you were resting? No?
No.
I will say something... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you didn't. Go for it.
I was going to say, like, Marceline would start to... She goes through some changes, and there is presumably now a young adult green woman now.
Uh-huh.
And for liberty's sake, I'm just gonna say that she has some Nightwatch had some extra clothes on, and Marceline is now just confused along with Nightwatch on like grown up. I also have some concept of what her outfit looks like.
Before you dressed her, she probably looked a little bit like the Dryad.
Yeah. Yeah, presumably like that, but like more, I guess,
Naked.
I was gonna say like vines and maybe like have some flowers actually start growing on her.
Yes. Aye. Fun. Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah, it's like she like kind of like more kind of moon style colors rather than the green. Like her skin and hair, they're still
Well, she's still a plant, so she would still.
yeah, but like her clothes are more moon or star theme.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Anybody else go through any particular changes besides the dragon? Of course, we all know about the dragon.
I think we all got all got a 5-level up.
Yes, but how would that affect your appearance in game?
I'm not sure actually.
Do you have it in mind, Anthony, for each of us?
Well, let's. I imagine that a level 20 cleric version of Nightwatch would look freshly made, if that makes sense. Like all the dents and scratches in your panels and limbs would be gone. Yeah, you'd look shiny, like you'd just been built.
Okay.
Polished. Blood Dancer. Yeah. I imagine. Can see one's reflection. Yeah. This whole time you've been missing Black Razor, right? You've now got enough power to be able to just summon one into being, a fraction of yourself.
Happy blood dancer noises.
Yes. It comes from here, and yeah. Malrock's Malrock and Doom Rider have made peace with one another, and now they're one suffused entity. I imagine. Which means you've got that whole green fire vibe going on even when you look like you're all fleshy and stuff. And that you can summon Hellfire Orbs while still looking healthy. More blue to show the union. That's cool. Yeah, all the blue flames instead of green. Very cool. Very cool. I like that. And of course, Scarlet is just buff as fuck. She is hench. She is a hench magma method. Waves of fire just emanating from her at all times. Yes. But yeah, as you are waking up and admiring your new appearances and playing with your new toys, elementals would be jealous, absolutely. A wizened old mage comes in. My lords, now that you have conquered the Necropolis, it is down to you to decide how we proceed. Do we continue as we have been, or do you have some new plans for us?
Oh yeah, I guess we are in charge of the country now.
Well, at the very least, this city. I cannot
Yeah.
speak for all of Skelpany. But whoever resides in this part of the tower is in fact the Lord of the Necropolis. And it seems that the duty has fallen to the 6 of you. Now, traditionally, there is only one Lord and Master. But perhaps you can form some sort of committee?
We could, Rika looks over everyone. We could do the High Council, which is us guys. And then we still have the council from before. I don't think we've killed it. Shit, we need if we're in charge. Deanne, are you still here?
No.
She left.
God damn it.
I think
Does
Quaver
anyone-
left too.
Does anyone have sending? To tell, shoot, but only Night Watch could. Night Watch, do you have sending?
Yep.
Would you mind? Well, you've never met this person, so you couldn't send sending to them.
You have to know them.
Night Watch, can you send sending to Deanne's patron and tell him that we're retracting the armies?
I don't think he's gonna listen to me, and I expect he's gonna be at the door in a few minutes.
Do you all want to retract the armies?
Well, we're allied with the Sun God, but out of character, Deanne's patron was the one who helped us get to.
Yeah. And point of order, yes, the party is allied with the Sun God, but you're a Chaos Dragon.
It's true.
Why do I sense a boss fight coming?
Rika's the next boss fight. No.
No, not you.
My lords,
Like,
I can send a message to the council if you wish. There is no need for you to expend your energies on needless spells.
well, I
Malrock-
don't.
Excuse me. Frostwalker. No, I was right the first time. Malrock suggests using the army to attack the Abyss.
Well, it is an army, but I think we should bring them back so we know what we're handling with. Instead of. Because, out of character, if we're in charge of these lands, we should know what we have, and we can't do that really without having the city. Because the city's currently empty, if I remember right.
Mostly, yeah. You want to call back your people.
Yeah.
Can I cast True Sight and look this old man wizard?
He's a lich. He's very, very undead. He's only looking somewhat alive because he's recently fed.
Okay, I'm just making sure he's not someone in disguise.
Like, up to everyone, but I personally think it would be a good idea to not, like, Rika's definitely for chaos, but he's also smart enough to know that if he loses his army, he can't cause as much chaos.
Okay.
Right?
So, we've heard from you that you want to call the people back. Malrock suggests is sending them to fight some other enemy. I mean, the upside of using an army of undead is that for every one of the enemy that you kill, you have another soldier on your side. So maybe the way to get the army to be bigger and stronger and more impressive is to actually send them out fighting people. But what? And Blood Dancer is just sitting back and observing.
He
What?
will mention that
Go on.
Chaipan has a dragon which can command undead and understands them well. But he's
Interesting.
not gonna pull them in yet, because there's another dragon here and he knows the two might develop beef.
Okay. So you think that you should ask Tenrai to help you command the undead, since he already has undead of his own. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And do Scarlet and Nightwatch have opinions on what should happen next?
Well, Nightwish definitely wants to have the army stop attacking the surface to presumably stop the killing.
Okay.
And
Noodle.
yeah, this is gonna get issue because like
'Cause,
there's like okay, Nightwatch is not racist towards the undead, but she knows that this is a issue because like
does she want the army dismissed permanently? Like, does she want the dead to be just dead? Does she want the souls to pass on to their afterlife and not be forced to animate the corpses that they died in?
yeah, because like okay, the reborn they could stay, they're fine. Vampires might need to start some laws to have them stop needlessly killing people. Witches as well, zombies and ghosts. They maybe have to go, maybe not the ghosts, but at least the zombies.
So you want there to be no more undead?
I'm not wishing that at the moment. I just
No, I know you're not wishing it, but your counterpoint to Rika suggesting that you call the armies back and repopulate the city is that maybe we should just disband and dismiss the undead, allow them to just be dead as they should be, as is natural. Right?
yeah, or at least I make it where like we're no longer fighting the surface and maybe make it less militaristic.
I mean, can I make a suggestion about that combines Night Watch and Malrock's plan?
Sure.
What if we bring them back? Because if we dismiss the lower undead, the high-ranking ones might get upset at us. aka the Liches who raises their undead, the vampires who have their spawn, and the shadow assassins who make their own shadows. Instead, we send them at problems. Like, Zariel really hates us, so we could direct the forces instead at humans and more at demons and
Devils.
their kind. Yeah.
Well, Malrock did suggest fighting the sending them to the abyss, which would indeed be demons.
Yeah. The only concern with the abyss specifically isn't the abyss infinite?
Yeah. Yes. Very much so.
So
However,
if we send them to the abyss and they keep killing and gaining stronger,
to be fair, you're probably only going to be able to get them to like the first layer of the abyss, where basically the front lines of the blood. Is it just called the Blood Wars? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
The war in hell, where the
Yeah.
devils are constantly fighting the demons, keeping them at bay. You could bolster the front lines with undead.
We could. But is there, out of character, are there any enemies of ours in the Abyss? Because isn't Zariel specifically the hell?
Yeah,
Like
Zariel is hell, and if you were sending troops down to fight against the demons, they would actually be fighting alongside Zariel.
Yeah. Like, I don't think we have any enemies in the Abyss yet. They're in hell, to my knowledge, because...
Well, Orcus could fuck up your plans.
Yeah.
That's true, but we have... The only reason Orcus is on the list is because Orcus is Orcus.
Mm-hmm.
We never actually interacted with him.
Yeah.
Whereas Zariel's on the list because Zariel didn't want us making a deal with another family in hell. So we have the Zariel in a family that we didn't catch the name of because we killed the demon too fast. That are pissed off at us. Sudi, you're in the wrong channel.
Where? What?
They're over at the Blood Feud channel instead of the campaigns.
She's noodling.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, Scarlet, what do you want to do with all of the undead armies that are now under your command? You want to use them to... Well, your usual is to attack. Do you intend to attack your own undead army? Or do you want to lead your undead army against some other foe? Lead them. And who do you want to fight?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Who would you like to fight with the army of undead at your back?
What are my options?
The living, the dragons, any remaining wizards that are still loyal to Grandma, any Wormsbane that are still lurking around.
I'm curious what everybody else thinks, but I'm thinking the wizards.
You want to go fight the wizards? Okay.
The wizards. Yeah. But do we need an army for that?
Probably not,
Well,
and they're kind of scattered.
Because there's enemies we could definitely use the army for. And then there's some where, like, the army's not really useful.
Well, yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm thinking, like what everybody thinks would be most useful for the army to go after.
Let me send the list for everyone.
Those are your list. The heroes?
Yeah.
Which heroes?
The ones under the Draco Lich.
Oh, the Hero of the Branch. I don't think we need an army. I mean, I do want to smack them after if they are really with Fafnir Grayskull for presumably probably murdering my brother, but that's here or there.
There is still an occupying force of drow in Scalbania.
That's true.
I see a name
Think
I
about
like. What's the name you like, Malrock? Who do you want to fight? The Demon Lord. Zariel. Okay. The Archdevil Zariel. You all want to fight Zariel. Yeah. There would be...
Out of character, which this isn't Rika thinking, but for more of a better time fighting them all, would it be smarter to go from weakest to strongest, so that we're not we don't challenge Zariel and then we go after you go after Lich, like.
Which Lich are you referring to, by the way? Just the guy
I
that's
don't.
come up to help you out?
I don't know. I think we fought a Lich. I don't know why I put that there now, but I think we fought a Lich and he ran away. Well, Zariel's the fallen angel, Amanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zariel is a cool name. Yeah. Fallen angel turned into devil, but she's vertically bound. Yeah. She's also the reason why she fell was to try and keep chaotic evil from invading the material plane. She did it for noble reasons. It just damned her in the process.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, guys, how do you think the surface is doing?
How do you think the surface is doing?
Says Marceline.
Probably terrible with all the undead on top.
Oh. Does that mean there's no more, government?
In the Magister, Grandma, and Vanna were the government. Like,
kinda. And then Countess Selma ruled Scalbania, but she got recalled.
But they were Magister, Grandma, and Havana were like the puppeteers to all the leaders. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
That would leave Port Alwyn and Port Alwyn, Coal City, and Branch on. They technically govern themselves, so there's a chance they might be okay in theory.
So Scalbania was being ruled by Countess Selma, but then the Drow invaded in retaliation to what the Necropolis did to their people. So Countess Selma was called back to the Necropolis for her failure, and the Drow and a priestess of Loki have been trying their best to govern Scalbania in Countess Selma's absence. Branch is still ruled over by a Draco Lich. I can't remember what state you left Traveler's Rest in. Do you guys remember what happened to Traveler's Rest?
It was nude, but then it came back to life somehow.
They're currently worshipping our old forms.
They're currently worshipping your old forms?
Actually, they might not be, because Grandma brought them back. So with Grandma's...
Yeah.
If Grandma's magic is gone, it might be just, gone again. But
you don't know.
To our knowledge, they were worshipping our old forms because we were apparently the heroes that saved their town.
And Coal City?
Coal City? Where's Coal City? I don't think we've That's occupied by the lich. Not the liches. The mind flayers. That's on the list of ones we have to take out.
Yup.
Savannah's and City of Gate is now taken over by the dragons.
Yep.
We've never actually interacted with Dwarflands.
Nope, you don't know what's going on in the Dwarven lands.
Neither the Giant Country.
Well, there is no giant country in this version of the timeline because the dragon. No, actually, yes, there is. Yes, there is. My bad. Yeah, you don't know what's happening in giant country.
And as for the Sands of the Lost, it's the Sands of the Lost.
Yeah, that's still.
We never made to Gnome Lands. So yeah, we got with Skullbania, Branch, and Coal City. The surface issue.
Malrock, to answer your question, the Temple of Loki in Skullbania is accessible through the back door of a practical joke shop. Like, you have to go through the shop that sells everything from joke books to whoopee cushions in order to get to the temple.
Do we think it would be a good idea to take back Skullbania?
So you've already conquered the city of the dead. Skullbania is the capital city of the living. So, yeah, that would make sense.
What do you mean? What is there to conquer up there? Weren't the undead invading?
No, it was the Drow that were there.
The Drow invaded and took Skullbania. The undead were supposed to deal with the temple, but you guys teleported away. They were supposed to be besieging you guys, and
yeah,
you guys just teleported the fuck away.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
You guys do not like those Drow, do you?
Well, it's not that we don't like the Drow, it's that the Drow are technically holding our now kingdom's capital.
Mm-hmm. Guess that makes sense.
Should we make a vote on where we want to go or send our armies next, in quotations?
Sure.
Well, I'd suggest that stone room place, or where was that other one in the prison? I think wasn't there an entrance there?
There's there is a staircase that leads up from the mansion district of the Necropolis to the catacombs of Skullbania, and the path out of the catacombs leads through the Skullbania jail. Yeah.
I'm going to make a poll for us to vote on. So, for options, I've got home and Skullbania to put the army. Any other suggestions?
Well, if the quickest and easiest way for them to get back to Skullbania, to the Necropolis, unless they go down the Helter Skelter, which of course will put them in the human pens, would probably be that staircase through. So that they would kind of have to march through Skullbania to get down.
Yeah.
Unless you know of another way that they got up there.
There's a cave system towards the mountains that leads to.
Yeah.
But I want everyone's opinion on what we want the army to do.
I'm just saying quickest and easiest would probably be that particular. But
yeah. I won't put down the way to the Abyss or Demons Hell, simply because we have no way to get the army there at the moment.
Even though you're all level 20, you can't think of any way that you'd be able to get them.
Well, I don't know about everyone's spell list, but teleporting an army is very... I don't think any 9th level teleport spell does that.
I'm happy with anything. I just want to see Scarlet frontline fighting. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean... Yeah.
So, liberate Scalbania?
I'm down to liberate Scalbania.
Okay.
Same here. It would
Any
be nice
objections?
to give those priestesses a slap in the face.
Sure, I guess let's call back to armies.
Well... Okay, so the Lich is going to make sure that the order is sent out, so that the armies will be reconvening. We'll all be marching towards Scalbania. While you guys go up that staircase and attack from within the palace.
Hey, Rico, Dragon Form Rico slowly looks over to Blood Dancer. Blood Dancer, ask for a favor.
What is it?
Could you polymorph me into something smaller? I can't leave the room. We established he's too big to get out of anyway.
And you don't have shape change?
No, it's the adult Chaos Dragon stat block doesn't have that.
I can polymorph you into something for about an hour, but I do not have the true polymorph spell yet. So,
I don't want you to polymorph. I just something that I can leave the room I'm stuck in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to turn you into a sparrow.
A sparrow?
Yes, you are now a sparrow.
If he
What?
If he willingly fails the check, yes.
He's going to willingly. He doesn't want to be stuck in this room.
Fair enough. Alright, so you now have a Spuggy with you. Best make your way up to Scalbania quickly before that spell wears off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do I have the urge to eat you, says Blood Dancer, as he's holding you in his hand? Because he's a cat.
Why are you holding them? Let them fly. Let them fly.
Rika would fly away, but he would have the thought of, why do I feel like I need to take a shit on Shiny Nightwatch? Because it's the equivalent of a shiny new car. Every bird has to take a shit on your shiny new car.
Uh-huh. Okay. A bad feeling about us meeting the army.
And leaving the throne room unattended by a lich.
Oh, the Lich has already gone to inform the council that the army is being... Yeah, what your orders are regarding the army. I mean, I suppose if you wanted to, you could leave Marcelin to hold the seat of power.
And I can leave my familiar here. With Marcy.
Maybe Deanne's old character as a sort of protector.
I don't think that's a good idea to leave that
I don't
character.
trust it at all. I don't trust any situation of this. Well, let's just stay together as a group.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure...
Didn't
Didn't Keezer already leave?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. then yes, if Kiza would probably remain behind then, because that would make sense.
I'm going to leave my familiar here from when I was a wizard, because that doesn't go away unless it dies.
What's your familiar?
It was a crow.
A crow. Okay. Caw.
Ka. It's relaxing here.
Okay.
This way I can keep an eye on the room as well.
Indeed. Alright. So Kiza, who is a fighter, a hexblood fighter, and a crow, are going to literally hold the fort.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't underestimate a crow. It'll do some dangerous things. A group of crows is called a murder, and a single crow will be a stabbing.
It's an attempted murder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, off you go. Yes?
Yes. I just had an awful thought.
What? Bearing in mind that you can't communicate this with the party at the moment because you're a sparrow.
Well, Rika won't know about this, but we left Terraskeen in Necropolis. I wonder what Magister did with that.
What do you think?
I don't know, but I'm afraid.
Tarask is pretty much unkillable.
Yeah. But we did learn that magic doesn't really work with it, so...
No, it doesn't have to.
Yeah.
It's a source of infinite life energy.
Yeah. Well, Rika doesn't know about it, so he's flying all jolly.
So anyway... Technically unkillable, yes. So I do have... Yeah. Yeah, I do have... Yeah, you don't know what's happening in the Dwarflands, just saying. Anyway. Okay, now, alright. You know how it's been mentioned in memes and stuff that the way that a Tarask's physiology does not match the it's got a hard shell and spikes on its back. It's got eyes on the sides of its head. Those are all defensive adaptations.
Yeah.
What would be powerful enough to hunt a Tarask?
And it can't be any of the big three, because the big three came after the Trask.
It's dragons because they have an area advantage.
Yeah, that is true. But what if the reason why each world only has one Tarask is because it's a whole Highlander situation?
Oh, there can only be one.
There can only be one. So the reason why they have defensive adaptations is to protect them from other Tarasks.
I see.
And there are lots of little lumps of Taraskeen all over the place, each of them trying to grow back into a Tarask. Mm-hmm.
I looked at...
That means there's a bunch of mini ones that fight to be the one. Yes.
So, I just had a funny thought. Because they don't give a lot of monsters magical damage.
Mm-hmm.
But they do give monsters immunity to non-magical damage.
Mm-hmm.
If a Tarask doesn't have magical damage and is immune to non-magical damage, would their fights be more like a tantrum? And the only reason they're famous is because their tantrums are causing cities to be destroyed.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're world enders, and most most people that would witness a fight between two Tarasques would not survive it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are. Yeah, they're immune to non-magical attacks. But yeah, their own attacks are rightly so. As you point out, their own attacks are non-magical. So yes, it would be a long, drawn-out brawl.
That only gets ended when an adventurer intervenes.
Or when one of them, when a bigger one swallows a smaller one.
Oh, true. So after a couple thousand years or so.
Yeah, they pretty much have to devour each other. But anyway, where was I going with this? Oh yes, you guys are heading out through the city. As you do. Okay, so only like 10 minutes. Be right back. Okay. Okay. As you are heading through the mansion district, you do notice that several of the mansions still. While most of the city is no longer occupied because pretty much the whole city went topside to fight the living. Well, specifically the Temple of Palor. There is still activity in the mansion district. I was going to say life in the mansion district, but that's not technically accurate. What? The ravens.
I'm a crow. All I can say is craw, craw.
No, you're a sparrow.
Oh, sparrow. Got mixed up. I don't know what a sparrow sounds like.
Tweet, tweet.
Tweet, tweet. Well, it's up to y'all to decide, quiet folks.
In this video, you're going to learn the 2 common sounds that house sparrows make. First, you're going.
So what were you saying about the mansions?
They're occupied. There is movement. There are vampires still here.
Seems normal, I guess.
You're just going to keep walking? Just leave them to it?
I mean, are they doing something? Like, can I get insight on what they might be doing?
They're
Would that
in their mansions. The vampires and their servants are in their mansions, doing their own thing.
So we can either try and summon them out and be like, hey, come help us do our shit. Or they could come out and want to eat us, so we should probably leave them alone.
I mean, these are the aristocrats of the Necropolis. Perhaps you can trust them to run the city in your absence. Perhaps.
That's very funny, Anthony.
What?
And
I don't know.
actually, I would have some awareness of that information too, as a former citizen.
Yes. Uh-huh. You know that you've never... Okay, if there has ever been a issue where any of the vampire families were accused of breaking a Necropolis law, it usually just got hand waved away. The Night Guards have never had jurisdiction over the vampires. How does that make you feel, Alrock?
So they're kind of like above the Death Knights?
They like to think so, yeah. They almost treat the Death Knights as their own personal protection against the lower classes. Does that make sense?
I'm just trying to think if using my, like, basically making myself look like a Death Knight to talk to them, would it be beneficial or not?
No, they would definitely talk down to you if you were in your Death Knight guys.
Yeah. So I would want to think of if there was any of the families that were, I guess, the least out of that kind of way of thinking.
Oh, you want to talk to one of the struggling families, do you? One of the lower echelons of high society.
Well, personally, I'm not a fan of the whole the vampires think we're their bitch. So,
you know, the family.
but I play diplomacy. What does everybody else think? Do we talk to one of the higher families about basically being a Stewart family? Or do we look at one of the lower families and give them that opportunity?
Oh, you want to make them... Basically, you're offering them the Regency.
I can't speak, sadly.
Yeah, you're just going, eep, eep, eep.
Don't have telepathy.
Blood Dancer will cast telepathic bonds so we can all understand each other via the mind.
Okay, so what is the Sparrow saying into the minds of his party members?
I mean, what if we get rid of the vampires being the nobles and do a different type of undead?
Just kill all the vampires?
Well, we don't have to kill them, but like if we gave the chance to other undead, those families would be much more favorable to us than
if
we kept the vampire.
So
strip them of all their wealth and power.
Yeah, and give it to...
What's Malrock saying?
Basically, Red Hood them.
What's that?
Find the family out of all the vampire families and wipe them out. And then go to the other families and go, this is what we did. Join us, or that'll be your fate.
Well, that could be
More crazier idea would be we host a big ball for all the aristocrats and just have a sunburst appear.
Yeah. But, yeah. I agree the vampires definitely shouldn't... I don't think the vampires should be nobles, because they're going to be the same way, and they're just going to...
So you're saying change the class of nobility from the vampires to someone else?
Yeah, like, what's another? Like, the Liches are the scholars, but, like, what about the Shadow Assassins? Well, the Shadows, they're intelligent enough to be the assassins of the undead. Or, I'm trying to think of other high-ranking undead, like, Death Knight. Like, you get what I mean, like, strong undead, but not the vampires.
Liches, Skull Kings, mummies,
Do you guys remember that mummy you left in the library?
Yeah, I remember him.
True, but how many mummies do we have to make a noble class?
He was a noble. He is Caliph Ramon III. He's from
Yes.
Misra.
Yeah.
He
I
was
get
a
that,
noble, and if
Yeah.
I recall, a pretty high-ranking one. Why not put him in charge for now, and maybe seek advice on that kind of thing from him?
Well, out of character, my main thing is if we keep nobles in power, they're not going to be as loyal to us as if we raised commoners to nobles.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll be more grateful that they're getting a better life than current nobles who think, oh, we're getting the same life, we're going to treat them the same.
Is he frustrated about all the history of the Necropolis and the past and all that being wrong, and was set on correcting it? I mean, I know he's a noble, but he seems to know his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I understand giving the people power, but to put someone without any experience in that position is just asking for failure. There's a reason someone like me isn't in charge of armies.
So are you still considering taking out the strongest vampire family to make an example to the others to fall in line?
That could be an idea. I don't. Maybe not a good idea for the moment when everyone else is, all the lesser are gone. Like, you're like, oh yeah, we took out this noble family. Are you sure you did, or are you just saying you did?
Yeah. Maybe we should meet up with the armies and just think about maybe reforming the city, but we have to do it.
Rika, that's an easy solution.
I'm sorry, what was that?
He was saying that people will like question whether or not we actually killed them. So it's like, well, that's an easy one. Keep the head.
Yeah, about that. Although it might be possible if you have the right magic. But generally speaking, when a vampire is utterly vanquished, they have a tendency to turn to ash. Dust.
Yeah. And the other noble vampire families might be like, actually, it was one of our assassins that did that.
Well, to be fair, if you do manage to find a way to keep the head preserved and keep it around in a box, I mean, okay, the way to do that would actually to decapitate them, burn the body, and keep feeding the head blood. But just enough to keep it alive without regenerating. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Gosh, we're the wrong people to give leadership staff to.
I don't trust anyone besides ourselves to handle this city, to be honest.
I mean, that's why I said we should do what they did before, but where they have a council, but then there's the ones who are actually in charge. Because Deanne's patron was part of that council, but Magister overall was in charge.
Yes. Grandpa Devonte.
The issue is the council was kind of a skewered representation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were a lot of vampires in that.
Yeah, that's why we get rid of the vampires.
It mostly served the powerful people. But yes, served the wealthy. But anyway, and then of course there's the farm. But that's another thing. But anyway, here you are all just standing around in the mansion district. telepathically discussing amongst yourselves the possibility of killing all the vampires.
Some
Yeah.
are living and probably smell very delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should take back Scalvany, and then we should sit down and we should discuss what all of us want to happen with the kingdom, and make our decision.
As you're about to head off again, maybe a Dampier does come out of one of the nearest mansions and says, "I have it on good authority that you are now the new power in charge of the Necropolis. Is that right?"
Squawk, squawk. Peek, peek.
"My patriarch would very much like to speak with you."
I'm sure you do.
Who was your patriarch?
Lord Bloodsnake. He's in his study at the moment.
Do I remember that name?
Nah, it's never come up before. Although, actually, go ahead and make a history check.
A history check, sorry?
Yes. History. Ho! Nice. Yeah, they're actually one of the lesser families. Clearly, they're trying to make a power play here by getting in good with the new rulers before any of their more esteemed families get the chance. Right this way, if you don't mind.
I just had a thought that could be cool.
What's that?
What if we all just take our own type of undead to command? Like, Malrock's in charge of the Death Knights, Scarlet's in charge of the ghouls, Nightwatch in charge of the vampires and such.
Interesting.
Just a thought.
Interesting idea. Could lead to civil war, but it's an interesting idea.
I mean, not all of it.
Banshees. Yes.
Yeah. Just a thought so that each player could get, like, something as well as. Yeah. Anyway, follow the damn pair, guys.
Are you following the Dampier, or are you ignoring them and going up the stairs, up the staircase to Scalbania to liberate it from the drow? I would rather be the diplomatic fellow. So, does that mean talk to the vampires or liberate the city?
If we split the Necropolis amongst ourselves, Blood Dancer doesn't want to lead an army.
Fair.
Well, it wasn't an army, it was more so the people. Like, to put in real life terms, if we were to take over the world, you would get the UK, and I would get the US, and Rob would get Monk.
It'd be like you separating the states amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Yes. Banshees are pretty awesome. They can. Their whale might insta-kill you. But if you succeed on the save, then you only take 3d6 psychic damage. Do we have one more rival to take out? Young sir. Who's that just speaking to? Do?
The Dampier. Dampier? Dampier.
Mm-hmm. The Dampier is leading you to his patriarch. You find yourself being led up the stairs. There are several other in the hallway. There are several other Dampier, many of whom are little more than servants to the true-blooded family members. As you are brought up the stairs, up the grand staircase towards the main hall, there are you see that there are you pass more well-dressed members of the vampire family, people who clearly have more power and influence within this particular family. And then you are brought all in all, there's maybe 30 vampires between you and the exit at this point, in addition to about 20 or so Dampier. And you're brought into the study, the office of the Patriarch. And a rather corpulent vampire sits in a large chair behind a equally large desk carved from exotic woods. As you come in, he releases the human he's been draining, that collapses to the floor next to him. One of the lower family members picks up the corpse and carries it out. The new rulers of the Necropolis. Delighted to make your acquaintance. I'm sure we will do great things together.
Squeak, squeak.
There is no need for you to take that form.
No, I think it's...
Sorry?
What do you have in mind with your plans with us?
Well, in return for my compliance and obedience to the new order, I would appreciate being included in all future decisions. I would like my family to have a seat upon the council.
Insight?
In exchange, we will offer our wealth, our influence, our resources to your rule. Yeah, this guy, he really does want to make a deal, but it's because he has no real influence. He's desperate. He's making a power play because his family have clearly been keeping up appearances for quite some time. In fact, you would probably be observant enough to notice that a magnificent desk that he is sat behind is cracked and repaired in several places. That the magnificent looking wallpaper is beginning to peel and has mold spots. They're probably heavily in debt.
Well, on the plus side, I am ageless now, so I can keep an eye on things to make sure he does actually follow through. Because I have a feeling that's going to be one of the factors he's going to rely on, is that we're not always going to be around.
Maybe.
That's fair.
I will make sure that the council behaves the way that you intend them to behave. That they follow your orders and your commands.
To the group, I'm like, should we tell them we're thinking about redoing how the government works?
See how he reacts, says Blood Dancer telepathically.
Well, you gotta say it.
We are thinking of changing the power structure a bit more.
But of course you are. That is your prerogative as the new rulers. And obviously you would want those that supported Magister removed from power. You don't want him returning anytime soon, do you?
No, but also changing just who's in charge. Don't want it to be just vampires anymore.
But of course, the people need to have their own representation. Just as the vampires do. But surely the vampires need to have some voice, even it is diminished and reduced and more equitable than it has been so far.
Rika's like, I like this guy. He's smart.
I appreciate
But smart.
Oh,
Oh, that's telepathy. I'm still a bird, so I
yeah,
can't
I was
speak.
just going to say, like, he can't understand you because you're just tweeting. Yes.
Well,
Looks
look.
down on him.
Sorry.
As if you look down on him as if not impressed.
You know, just seeing general conditions. If it looks like he's in debt, he may not be good with gold, with resources.
Well, again, you didn't do that insight check, so you may not know that. Unless it's been communicated with the group.
Yeah, this guy is poor, and I agree with you, Blood Dancer. This guy might not be good when it comes to financial stuff.
So,
How about we
Rika's running.
just- Sorry.
Go ahead.
How about we just tell him we will consider his offer and get in touch with him, with the Couriers Guild, after we deal with some political stuff.
That's right.
But does that
I-
leave... Where does that leave me and my family? Are we safe from your overhaul of the current structure?
No.
Or am I forced to align myself with your enemies just to keep myself safe?
Rika's going to ask Nightwatch to convey this message. We have no intention to de-rank you guys past your current status at the moment. We will look into your guys' record and compare them with other families with their actions to the general populace of the Necropolis. If you guys
that won't do at all, will it?
I'm gonna
I was trying to give like the most neutral response of like,
Yeah, I know.
you got
Sir,
nothing to
I mean-
fear. Fine.
I'm trying to use this reshuffle of resources to make sure that my family are taken care of. And if you will not assure me that we are safe, then I'm afraid my family will have to do all they can to protect themselves against the threat you represent.
What are you asking to be safe from?
From you, of course. From the changes that you will plan to make. The designs that you have upon our fair city. We want to be a part of your new regime, rather than something you discard or cast aside or remove entirely like the others. We want a future.
I'm gonna give you one chance If you continue to threaten us, there'll be consequences. Let us leave your house, and we can talk later.
My dear Tin Lady, I am not the threat here. You are. I am merely protecting myself and my family by either aligning myself with you as your ally or finding other more powerful entities to protect me from the likes of you. It is really your choice which path my family are forced to take. You do see that, don't you?
Can Blood Dancer see if he can calm the situation down by essentially kind of telling this guy what he wants to hear? This may or may not be a lie, though.
Okay, you're gonna roll deception.
I'm not sure if he's lying, though. So
Are you well, I don't. From the vibe that I'm getting from the party is that you don't trust this slimy little son of a bitch, this slug of a vampire that is clearly just trying to be on whichever team is winning. So if you assure him that of course he's going to be safe, that that this is the beginning of a long and mutually beneficial relationship between his family and your group, of course it's going to be a lie. Is that what you're telling him?
Basically, yeah. I have a plus 14 on deception, rolling a 24.
Indeed. Okay. And this a bloated little vampire count. Can only possibly. Not only does he not even meet your roll, which he can't because he's only got a +3, but he gets a nat 1. He smiles broadly, completely assured that his house and your regime are aligned. It's been a pleasure. I think he mistakes your fangs for vampire fangs. Remember, you have tusks, not fangs. There's a difference.
Also, cat shifter, so they might be pointy tusks.
Oh, fair enough. You do have cat-like fangs as well. Cats incisors. But yeah. He is going to present you with a gift. A carved stone bat.
Takes the stone bat.
Just call on him when you need him, and he can send messages between you and me.
Okay, thank you, sir.
His name is Vlad.
I will look after Vlad.
When you say Vlad, the little stone bat goes poof and turns into an actual bat and begins flapping around.
That's adorable. It's the bat. And I say Vlad again.
Poof, he turns back to stone.
Yee. Hold stone.
Little carved bat.
Yee. Okay, guys, should we continue on?
I think so.
Yes.
All right, so you head on up. Yep, as you leave the mansion, you see that there are several other um, family representatives bickering amongst themselves, trying to push themselves to the front of the crowd to be the next to offer their fealty.
Hey, Mom, do you think it's weird that their last name is Snake and they're all very cowardly?
Talking about the Blood Snake clan you just left?
Yes. She's saying this in Celestial, so she definitely knows that the vampires will not understand her.
So yeah, you've just left the slightly run down mansion of the Blood Snake family, and now, as I said, there are several other family representatives trying to push to the head of the crowd to be the next to offer you an opportunity as the new rulers of the Necropolis to be united with their particular family of vampires.
Just tell them that we'll get back to this once we take back Scalbania.
Does Diane happen to be in the crowd?
Not exactly. However, a small bat delivers a note.
Or would it be some other member of the family?
No. Because Diane, except for his patron, can't really stand his family.
Fair. But your patron is also your family's patriarch, though, right?
Not. It's one of those weird things where he is, and it wasn't exactly by choice. It was by necessity.
Okay.
Like, I will do this because it keeps me alive until I can figure out how to undo this.
Okay.
But yes, so while you guys are doing this, a small bat delivers a note to Night Watch that basically says, kill them all, let them burn, we don't care, we are gone. I found what I needed the most, and am retired. Have a good day.
Signed who?
I guess it wouldn't say I. It would say we have found what we needed the most. Signed Kane, Deanne, and I forget what we called her, but there's a female's name signed there too in female handwriting.
Okay.
And yeah.
So basically, a note saying, "Kill all the vampires
Basically,
with my blessing."
Yeah, it's basically, we don't care. There's like one vampire that you're not gonna catch right now, and a couple of dampiers floating around. But they're not vampires, technically.
Indeed.
And there's like, I don't know how to describe it, but with your ridiculous high everything, you get the feeling that A, the note is extremely genuine, and B, that they have no intention of fucking with anyone or anything. They just want to live a simple life now.
Okay.
Okay.
So Diane is out of the picture. He's fled the Necropolis with other family members.
And with that, I gotta go because I gotta go get my wife. That's the main reason I didn't want to do a lot of crazy crap.
Okay. See ya.
See you guys.
Literally a flying
What?
visit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Nightwatch just looks in there like, Levitudinian, I guess. She's saying this in telepathy. I just got permission to kill all the vampires, or all the undead, I guess.
Maybe. I mean, maybe we don't kill them all just yet until we use them for what we need.
Actually, that was the question. What do we need?
An army.
For what reason?
To
Liberate
well-
Albania, for one. Right?
Yeah.
Malrock says, nah, screw it. Nightwatch, son of.
Yeah, but we're gonna need to be,
We
a little bit of a sunny,
are we out of character? I want a quick ask. For every time we become the leaders by taking over a thing, are we just going to kill the people? Because Zerial's in charge of some things. Orcus is in charge of things. Loth is in charge of things.
Leroy Jenkins.
Are we just going to...
would this be the fourth or fifth town we might destroy?
Is Nightwatch opening her chest?
No. I was looking at the spell Sunburst before you gave me the idea. Oh, I could use my chest to nuke the undead.
Yes, you can.
Saw this before I Care Bear stare to people.
Okay.
They're a
Like-
valuable resource, and we gotta fight a bunch of things.
You can't trust the vampires, though, can you? Because they're, by very definition, going to take advantage. They're going to use you to gain as much power as they can,
Yeah.
and then
I have
you killed.
like a wild idea.
Go on.
What if I use Divine Intervention to ask Selena to basically undead everyone?
Okay. Roll it.
Do you guys think I should do it?
I mean,
Like, I don't want to compromise people's plans for us to start going off to war with Loth and the others.
like, I think it would be a lot easier to use the undead and the undead just die in the fight with the enemies.
But that's not
That-
how undead work, is it?
Yeah.
As long as there is.
But if-
Go on.
If they're... The undead will be destroyed. It depends who we fight. If we fight demons, their fire would burn the bodies.
Yes.
And-
But if you fight mortals.
Yeah. But we don't... Out of character, I don't think any of us are wanting to fight mortals. We're all against the extra planars, the demons and the abyss and Loth.
Well, in which case the undead would have limited practical use, wouldn't they?
What they would, but it would be still use of them going up against the enemies and their meat shields and meat weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas we can focus on handling the big guys while they focus on the little guys.
So, while you're having this debate, one of the vampire envoys gets desperate and lunges towards the party. What do you do?
I can't do anything, so y'all need to.
Dodges out the way and goes, "What do you think you're doing?"
You must come with me. My family's survival depends on it.
You will.
Is he lying?
No, he believes it.
Why? What are you afraid of?
Failure? Death? Disappointing my patron? Just come with me, okay? Just ignore this lot. That their families suck. Your family sucks.
Should I make another deception roll?
To do what?
What?
Do not worry, your family is safe. We just have one more matter to tend to.
Are you going to say all of your families are safe? You reassure everybody there that you have no intention of endangering the vampire families?
I think for now, yeah.
Okay then.
18! Dang it.
Pretty close. I don't know why Zane's making so much noise, but I'm assuming it's important.
I don't know how you can hear me chewing. My microphone's far away.
That's what it is!
Yeah, I'm chewing Smarties. What the hell?
With a good microphone that picks up all the noises.
It's my cell phone. Like,
I thought you were building something. Anyway.
no, I'm eating Smarties because our group lacks it.
Our group blocks it. What?
Lacks it.
Oh, your group lacks Smarties. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, this Smartie, Blood Dancer, has managed to convince the envoys that they're all safe. They and their families are safe from you lot. So, looking somewhat appeased, they all head back to their respective mansions. How the fuck did I do that? You have a plus 14, that's how you did that. Anyway, you all make your way up the stairs. As you are climbing the stairs up to the world above, there are frescoes depicting the founding of the Necropolis, the life, the early life and experiences of Magister. Yeah. All that stuff. And then you get to the surface, and then you get to the top of this long ass fucking stairwell. If Rika can already feel the magic beginning to fade that's keeping you in sparrow shape. But you get to the stone slab that hides the entrance to this stairwell in the catacombs. Who's gonna lift the slab?
Push! Push! I don't think I've got the strength for it. Push!
Yeah, probably not. Do a d20 plus 1 athletics check. Let's see.
Okay.
while Malrock and Scarlet just stand back and watch. Full.
Aw.
Yeah, no way. Nope. Anybody who's actually strong want to give it a go. Night Watch.
Actually, I'm gonna marshalling roll just to be funny, real quick.
You know, Marceline roll. Alright. That's a d20 minus 1. 13.
And guidance. Yeah, but yeah, now we're just gonna take over.
No, Blood Dancer does not have a... You have a -1 to strength. Why do you think that? Okay, whatever. 16.
Yeah, that's much better.
Malrock just like sees everyone else struggle and just lifts it up with one hand and slides it over, looking at you all like you're all disappointments.
Try to give the little guy a chance, and then they're just embarrassing themselves.
I pat him on the nose with my feline paws. Meow.
Zane, you actually make a good point. With a +6 proficiency bonus, it would actually be a +3. So that would turn the -1 into a +2 for the athletics check. But whatever. It's still a fucking fail.
I know, I just realized. I'm like, wait a minute. Is that something they haven't been updating?
Yeah. Anyway.
In the future.
So. You're all in the catacombs. And I'm assuming you're just going to make your way through the catacombs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you going to come up? Are there signs of anyone being there? Yes, you do see. You do see fresh footprints in the dust, showing that there have been recent drow patrols. Now, while trying to avoid, do you want to try and avoid the drow, or are you just going to hunt? Are you going to hunt them down and kill them all?
Well, I prefer us to do the hunting once we're outside. Otherwise, I can't do anything.
Rika, can you roll a d4 for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
A3.
Woo. Okay. So, are you... Yeah, so if you're actively hunting drow, that's cool. But are you aiming to go through the door that leads through the jail cells, or are you going to try and come up underneath the throne room? Which way are you heading?
I think we should aim for the throne room, personally.
Same, I can fit in that. It's now Rika's biggest challenge is no longer liches or gods. It's a room. That's his biggest challenge, is what room he's in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, before too long, you find yourself coming across a fairly well-dressed drow, though in the darkness it almost looks like the tails of his coat bleed into the shadows themselves. He holds a fine sword, and as he approaches, he smiles and draws his weapon, revealing a blade made of pure shadow. Are you ready to rock?
Yeah.
Yeah. As a,
Yee.
you're gonna fight in sparrow form.
I mean, we're still in the catacombs. I have to.
Roll initiative.
What's a CR?
Oh.
Crow. There it is.
No, you're a sparrow.
Well, there's the arrow, stat block, and the crow's the lowest bird's stat block.
Yeah. Yes. But you're basically a flying mouse, and there isn't a stat block for mice either.
Oh, wrong one. I noodled.
Yes, you did.
I noodled.
You super noodled. Didn't even.
Yes.
You didn't even roll in the server. Okay. Everybody else's rolls, please.
We're all rolling?
Initiative rolls.
Ah.
Fight.
I thought that he was doing, like, his own thingamajig again.
Who was?
Zane, I thought he was doing, like, a one-on-one thing with the other guy.
No, he can't, because he's a bird right now.
Yeah. I get confused very easily.
That is okay. We can give you head pats and feed you cookies. It is fine.
I also can't do my one-on-one thing anymore. I used it to level y'all up.
23. Yep. Can I get a roll from Amanda? There we go. Okay. So after, yep, it would be Rika, and then Nightwatch, also on 13, and then the Shadowblade, and then Blood Dancer, and then Scarlet, and last but not least, Marcy. Okay. You know what would happen if you lost that 1 hit point, right?
I'm aware.
Malrock.
What's that? AOE time?
You're holding one of them.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know.
Go ahead and drop your death orb. Do it.
There's an Hellfire I know. Hey, look, guys, an enemy! Boom, we're all dead.
I think it's gonna. At this point, it's gonna take a lot more than one Hellfire orb to take you all out.
Considering the health that Scarlet has, yes.
But anyway.
So what exactly is the target? The drow?
A drow Shadowblade.
Joy. Let us attack him.
Mm-hmm. So you're just gonna charge.
And I will.
Charge.
Yes.
With Sakar's halberd. Oh,
Yes.
Sweet.
And I will activate my shroud as well.
Sweet. And both of those hit. Sean, what are we listening to?
Pardon?
I heard voices. But it was not yours. What were you listening to?
And what was it called again? Isle of Dogs' funny little TikTok.
Well, apparently we're doing shout-outs to the TikToks to other content creators now. And
you asked what I was doing.
yeah, it was more a case of, hey, should you be doing that? We're playing a game.
Okay.
But anyway, it is
my
still
turn?
no, it's still Malrock's turn. I'm waiting for the damage.
I'm just adding a level 2 Divine Smite.
Very nice. He's not undead.
That's a new one for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
You forgot to tell it to roll. 56. Very nice. Ooh, you've got some fight in you, don't you? Rika. What you gonna
Oh, it's
do?
my turn.
Yes. You got the second highest initiative after Malrock.
Rika flies over to Scarlet and mentally going, "You got this, you got this, you got this." I'm going to give the help action. the level 20 character help action. First thing he's ever done.
Nightwatch.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess I'll do a guiding bolt.
Ooh.
Can't go wrong with classics.
Yeah, I want this guy to glitter.
Make a range attack. Yeah, that fucking hits. He takes 4d6 radiant. Well, actually,
I'm gonna upcast it.
we'll cast it. What level are you casting it at?
Let me figure out.
And do you have the book that Auto casts? Is that a different character?
Yep.
Yeah. I do.
So it's going to be 5d6 anyway. How many other levels are you going up by? What spell slot do you want to use?
I'll do a 5th one, which would technically be a 6.
Yeah. Ow. So that would make it
96.
96. Yeah.
I want to see some glitter.
88. Sorry, not 33. What am I talking about?
It's okay.
Okay. And now the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your turn has advantage. So it is the Shadow Blade's own turn right now. Oof. You. Tough. He then bounces to the back of the group, away from Malrock, and
Polar Master.
it's a teleport.
Aw, counterspell.
Nope. It's a bonus action. It's not a spell. Sorry. Plus 9 with advantage on Marcy. 27.
What?
29 and 17.
Yeah, they all hit.
Oh no.
Note to self, we need armor for my child.
Ooh, and that was a critical, so that's actually... Ho ho ho. How does Massey do with necrotic damage? On weapon?
Jesus!
It does. She's not weak against it, but like it does stop her healing factor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So that knocks her down to 54 hit points, doesn't it?
Yeah, 54.
And there endeth the Shadowblade's turn. Blood Dancer, it is your turn, and this asshole just stabbed Marcy in the back. He's still glowing thanks to the guiding bolt, so you will have advantage on the attack against him. What do you do?
That will be. I will cast Eldritch Blast on him.
Okay.
How much is that? Like 5 thingies now?
5 things. Let's check. Da-da-da-da. 4.
Okay.
So 4 iterations of D20 plus 9 with advantage.
Or
Is that still?
20.
No, it's plus 10. Plus 10. 4 iterations of D20 plus 10 with advantage.
Oh, fluff.
You need to put a space between the 4 and the D. Do you have the
I
D
feel
some
like
space?
Should be a higher plus.
I did the math. Your
Okay.
charisma is 19, which gives you a plus 4 modifier.
Alright.
Your proficiency bonus is a plus 6. So
Oh,
that's
yeah,
plus 10. So, sorry, 2 of those hit. And you have Agonizing Blast. Oh, but you didn't do it with advantage, so roll those again and we'll pick the higher ones.
Okay.
Because you had advantage. You didn't choose it.
Are you sorry?
Silly pickle.
Me.
So yeah, just roll that again. There we go. So 17. Yep, now all 4 of them hit. Fantastic. So that would be 4d10 plus 16. And if you want, you could also add 2d6 psychic blade damage to that.
No, I'm gonna save it. I might need it later. So he takes 30 damage.
30 damage.
And Blood Dancer is going to mutter in Elvish, "Oi, prick, keep your attacks off the gal."
I am attacking the one that seems to be the one in power.
Oh yeah, Drow.
What does that mean?
Drow culture is ran by women.
They were standing at the back, sending their troops forward. Clearly, she is the one in charge.
Thanks.
Scarlet, it's your turn. Do you want to rip this drow's face off with your fiery claws?
Well, yeah. What sort of question's that?
A good one. So I'm assuming that you would like to do... 3 iterations of d20 plus 13. With advantage because you're attacking recklessly. Oh, that's a crit! That's a crit! 3 dice on the brutal criticals. Is that... Yeah, you did it, that. So that's gonna be 5, 6, 7 d6 plus 33 plus 7 d4. And you can actually roll that 77. Do you want to roll that again with your savage attacker feat and pick the higher number?
Yes. Do I just re-roll that entirely?
Exact same formula again, and if it's higher than 77, we'll use that.
Can you explain all that to me? Like, why is it 70? Like, why is it so much and everything? Because I got the crit, but how does it break down?
Because, okay, when normal people crit, they use double the dice damage, but you have an ability called brutal critical, which at this level gives you 3 extra dice whenever you do a crit. So
on top of what everybody else automatically gets.
Yes, so that gives you 5d6 and 5d4 just for that first attack, and then you get 1 each for the next 2. Okay, 77
just
is...
from having... just from brutal critical?
Just from brutal critical, yeah.
Okay, I'm marking that down. Keeping with that, that's for sure.
It's a really good ability.
And everything, because like I kind of just build my characters and then do it, so I'm trying to like actually...
learn how they work? That's cool.
Yeah, learn how everything works and build it properly and like not just hop in and play something and fight things. I want to actually... D&D, not just DN, huh?
I don't know why, but that actually touched me, and I'm beginning to tear up.
Aww.
So guess what? This fucker's dead.
I was gonna say chicken butt, but I like yours better.
So how do you imagine the death? Given that you are hacking him up with your claws and your claws are on fire, how does it look?
A giant kerplosion. Have you? I can't believe I'm doing this. Curse you, Rob. I love you, but curse you. You know the scene in The Boys where they put the dynamite up the dude's bum? That. That is one of 5 scenes that I have seen of The Boys, and I cannot watch the show.
Oh my god.
Because I've seen the worst super orgy thing. Herogasm. That's what it is.
You've seen you've also seen the Herogasm episode?
Yes.
Wow.
I watch the worst things and then wonder why I don't like the shows. Rick and Morty was another one. One of the most.
But the rest of the show gives them context and makes sense of those scenes. Without the rest of the show, those scenes are literally senseless.
Yes, and I'll sit down and like watch the last 10 minutes of his Dragon Ball episode, and I'll be like, okay, well, why did that happen? What's this here? Who's there? Why are they here?
The Boys.
What happened next?
The Boys, Allison, is about
basically. I know The Boys. I just my brain tuned out the episode. I mean, the name of the TV show, not the context of what.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's get back to the game. So yes, well done, Scarlet. Marcy didn't get a chance to fight her attacker, but that's okay. Do you guys want to heal up, short rest at all before you continue? I think Marcy might.
I'm good.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you're good.
Let's catch our breath. Those stairs were a nightmare.
I mean, if we short rest here, that's an hour, and I'm going to become a dragon.
Oh yes.
Yeah, roll a d4 for me, actually. Okay, you're still holding it.
How beaten is Marcy looking?
Marcy originally had 176 hit points, and they took 122, leaving them with 54 hit points.
Okay.
She is beyond bloody.
I cast heal on Marcy,
Well,
giving her an addition.
In her case, sappy, I guess.
I was going to say withered.
I cast heal on Marcy, giving her an additional 70 hit points.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Can I be up to corpse and take what he has?
So he had a hand crossbow, a ring that looks like it was holding some spells, and the hilt, and just the hilt, of his sword. He was also wearing studded leather armor.
Okay, Marceline takes the armor and I guess looks at the sword and ring.
Okay.
Does anyone know what these are?
Has anybody got to identify?
No, I lost it.
Y'all.
Inside roll?
Arcana check, maybe?
Yeah, I'll give it a go. I got a +3.
Can I make the Arcana check as well? I've got a +5.
Sure.
Oh wait, I can give it enhance ability if anyone wants it.
Yes.
I'll take advantage.
Okay, Marceline casts enhance ability on you, and whatever one gives you the intelligence one.
19.
Very nice. So, yeah, the ring definitely looks like a ring of spell storing. The hilt, even though it's clearly of drow design, reminds you of a sunblade.
Okay. Well, Rika, looking over the ring, is like poking at it with his beak before he puts his head through it. And it's like, it looks like a sunblade almost for that blade. This ring is mine now, though. Shiny.
Interesting.
No. She boops you on the head.
Ah!
Roll a d4.
Four.
You're fine. You're still holding it.
Guys, I really think we should get out of the catacombs. I don't know how much longer we have left.
Okay, let's go, I guess.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
Marceline was saying sorry for almost making a dragon transform inside a small
I
space.
don't think you should apologize for this little fucking budgie stealing your ring.
I mean, like, she's an adult, but she still...
You can take the ring back. He would allow it. It's just that it was shiny, and he just yoinked it. Because it was just in your palm as you were showing it.
9.
Okay.
But either way, she puts on the armor and just looks at the sword and ring like, ooh, okay. I got armor, and let's go beat up some bad guys. Yay!
Does anybody pick up the hilt?
That's what Marceline picked up as well.
Aha, cool. So,
If anyone wants it, then
Nope, I can't use it.
okay. So it's a rapier hilt. So it's a dex, but she can use her dexterity to fight with it. Once she's attuned to it, it'll do something fun. But yeah, you unless you want to actively look for another patrolling drow, you head through the catacombs to where it comes up underneath the throne. Now, this is the throne room, so there's a good chance that there would either be somebody sitting on the throne that you're about to come up under, or there would be a bunch of other drow in there, or like a group of like city officials, or a combination of the two, where there's a ruler and lots of guards, you know. But there's probably gonna be people in the throne room, right?
Right.
So what do you want to do?
If you guys want to chuck me in there to start the fight, that sounds like fun.
Just throw in a sparrow.
It's the dragon grenade.
Can I use
Just-
the sparrow?
Are you gonna open the hatch first, or are you just gonna throw him against the wall?
Open hatch, yeet sparrow.
Okay, I want you to make an athletics check.
It's like, open the hatch, chuck the sparrow in, drop the hatch.
Is the sparrow still bearing the ring around its neck?
No, I assume Marcy would have taken it back when she said no.
That's true. Good. Here we go, thwack. Alright. That would actually have been a dirty 20, so Blood Dancer does manage to heave the hatch open and throw in the sparrow. At which point, I'm assuming that Blood Dancer would drop concentration on Polymorph. Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Room full of Chaos Dragon. Okay. So, so let's have some fun.
Thanks for letting me know.
Why did we let
I
it go?
imagine Rika said it as a joke and Blood Dancer took it serious.
Probably. Roll initiative, folks.
Okay.
Okay. Unless you really don't want to. I mean, I suppose we only got 40 minutes. But it might be a quick fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good initiative for having a +0.
+5.
Back to the classics. Fighting the drow. This is the second time we've fought the drow in this room.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a dragon last time, though?
We did not.
Okay. So, it looks like, once again, Malrock's going first. we could place bets on it at this point. And then the captain. Then Blood Dancer. And then the Matron Mother. Marcy. And Rika. And then Scarlet. And then the consort. And then Nightwatch. Yes, you could use your wing attack.
Y'all were always in melee last time.
And then I think Steve, isn't it? Have we got everybody? Yes, I think we got everybody. Can I hellfire you? Please don't. It is Malrock's turn. Ooh, actually, there was one other creature I wanted to include in this. Yeah, fun. Okay. Okay. So, Malrock +6 death.
What does Ice Storm do?
Spell. Ice Storm. Hopefully it'll come up.
I'm familiar with.
There we go. 20-foot cylinder within 300 feet of you, cast as an action. A hail of rock-hard ice pounds to the ground in a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Each creature in the cylinder must make a dex save. The creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 46 cold damage on a failed save, half as much on a success. Hailstones turn the storm's area of effect into difficult terrain until the end of your next turn. And you can upcast it.
One thing I really like about that spell, on a point within range, nothing about sight. So I will use that on the room.
Any particular point in the room? Or are you just going to do it blind? It is a 20.
I guess I'll.
It is a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, I was going to just center it in the room.
Fantastic. Okay, so everyone in the room, including Rika, needs to make a dex save. There we go. So.
That is a pass.
I'm just happy I'm proficient with most saving throws, otherwise.
So that's the drag, and that's a fail. 20 plus 11, that's more like it. So 20. Captain. Inquisitor. +2, that sucks. That really sucks.
Damn. Oh, wow. Okay.
How much damage do they each take? 18? Or 9 if they passed, right?
Yes.
And what's the DC?
17.
17. So the Drake did not pass. The consort did. The captain succeeded also. Inquisitor did not. And the matron mother did not. Well done. Soften them up. And yeah, you've also made the ground really slippery, which is fun.
Good thing Rika has wings.
Alright. Then it would be the captain. Yeah. Okay. So, the house captain is going to cast darkness around the dragon's head.
Okay.
Presuming that that would make you blind.
Yeah.
And then will issue a battle command.
I do have blind sight, so it doesn't blind me.
What's your range on your blind sight?
60 feet.
Okay, yeah, so you can still see.
And I have a thing called chaotic form, so until they hit me, they have disadvantage.
Until they hit you, they have disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Similar to the Placer Beast.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a good blind sight range.
It's a very good blind sight range. Does a 30 hit?
Yeah, 30 hits. I'm not even raging yet. Y'all are jerks picking on the dragon.
That suddenly appeared in the middle of the room. Accompanied shortly by an ice storm. They're going to react. 36 points of damage. That's not terrible.
Okay.
You don't have any resistance to poison damage, do you?
I do not.
Okay. Like a brotherly punch on the arm.
This brotherly punch hurts.
And then the Dragloth. The Dragloth is going to cast Confusion on the dragon.
What save is that?
That is a wisdom save.
Okay.
I guess the counter spell.
I'm sorry?
I wouldn't be able to counter spell it.
You can't see them casting, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Don't worry. Don't tell me if I pass right away or not, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to use I'm going to use Tides of Chaos
Okay.
to give myself advantage.
Nat 20. Very nice. Roll a d100.
43. Let's go over to the sorcerer.
I got it. 43. For the next minute, you can teleport up to 20 feet as a bonus action. Holy shit! Okay. Very
I
nice.
can teleport.
For the next minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, obviously, the confusion failed. And then it is Blood Dancer's turn. Are you coming out from underneath the hatch? Or are you going to remain in cover and just throw Eldritch Blasts?
Well, considering someone's probably going to grow a Hellfire Orb on their turn, and I don't want to be caught in the middle of that, I am going to get Spirit Guardians up, making it so it won't affect my party. And No, I don't
Rika
have
is
the
asking. No, you don't, but your sword does, and the sword can certainly make you haste. But anyway, you put Spirit Guardians up. I recently saw a video where they were pointing out how Spirit Guardians automatically affects anybody within 15 foot of the caster. So...
Wait.
Go on.
Could you get the spell Spirit Guardians up?
Yes.
Please.
So in the video, after casting Spirit Guardians, the rest of the party then tossed the cleric around, passing it from person to person, and so affecting everyone they were fighting. It was fantastic.
Stop giving me ideas for Mooney. Blah blah. You spirit flit around into a distance of
15 feet.
when a spell number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it.
Mm-hmm. So in your current position, you can see everybody in your party.
Yes, I will do that.
Because most of them are standing behind you or underneath you on the ladder, and you can also see the dragon. So, yeah, because you're lifting the hatch.
So I cast the Spirit Guardian.
Okay.
What would you say Blood Dancer leans more towards, good or evil? Because it changes depending on the person's alignment.
Mischief.
Is mischief good or evil?
I think you would do Fey. I think you also would look like Fey.
Radiant, then.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and that is my turn.
Okay. It's too late for Mage Slayer, but I'll remember next time. Okay. Now it is the matron mother. Actually, before she does her turn, she's going to do a lair action. So, I would very much like the dragon to make a dexterity saving throw. Please.
Okay. 24.
Passes. So,
What did...
a glistening spectral spider web surrounds you, but you just, what anybody
How
does.
far away is she?
She's within 60 feet. Wow.
60 feet? Okay. That's too far away. Because my tail is 15, and I have a legendary action for tail.
Okay. But anyway. So, as a bonus action, she is going to summon a Yoklol. Right at the foot of the dragon.
Rock on, rock on.
I'm sorry?
Rock on.
So I'm going to need to roll a initiative for the Yoklol. D20 plus 2. $17. Okay. Then for her action. Yeah, screw it. Divine Flame. Could you make another dexterity save, please, Rika?
Yeah. 25.
Wow. You do still take half. So D20. No, what am I doing? It's not going to hit. It's not going to hit at all. So 46 fire and 46 radiant divided by 2. 10 points of fire and radiant damage. Holy shit, that's a lot of low rolls. Yeah, and that's all she can do.
I'd like to use my...
I'm sorry?
I'd like to use my legendary action now.
Go on then.
Since there's 2 people within melee range, I want to use wing attack for 2 actions.
So the
they
two being the dude that hit you with the melee attack, the scimitar, and the other one being the Yoklol.
Yep.
So dexterity saves, you said, yes?
Yep.
Alright, so the consort gets a 28.
That passes.
And the demon plus 6. Come on. Gets 8. Fucking hell.
So the demon passes, and the demon takes.
The demon passes with an 8?
No, the demon fails and takes 17 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. The one who passed takes nothing.
Okay, they only take 8 points of bludgeoning damage because they're resistant to non-magical bludgeoning.
And I fly half my speed, so I fly 40. What's my fly speed? 40 divided by 40. I fly 40 feet towards the mother.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's summoning these things, and she's hitting me hard.
So that was the mother's turn. Now it's Marcy's. What does Marcy want to do?
Well, she's gonna do Erupting Earth.
Erupting Earth. You might have to bring that up because I don't think it'll let me. Oh wow, it's working now. Choose point to fit today. Each creature in the 20-foot cube. Who are you putting in the cube? Who are you targeting?
Let's go with the matriarch.
Okay. I just realized something. That dragon didn't disengage. But sorry.
Yeah, roughly nurse and Yep.
So that's She gets an 18. Well, she better save DC.
It's a 19.
Okay, so she fails. Takes 3d12.
I'm gonna up.
Oh, you're upcasting. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. $43. Very nice.
Marceline just has like a mischievous smile on her face as she does this.
Okay. And the thing that I realized is, as the dragon flew away, since the consort didn't get knocked prone, he would have been able to make an opportunity attack against the dragon.
Yeah, this stat block has some stupid things in it, so it does.
Does a 26 hit?
That does hit.
6 plus 5 plus 68 of poison damage. 40 points of damage. So anyway, and then... So that was Massey's turn. Does Massey have anything else up her sleeve?
Let me take a look at our bonus actions. I guess healing word on Zane?
Okay. So that's you know, he's kind of joking when he says I'm gonna die, because he's got a ridiculous amount of health left.
Yeah.
Okay, then never mind. She won't use it then.
Okay. But before
Yeah, I don't.
Go on.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't think I have like anything for a bonus action. Question: can you use cantrip as a bonus action or no? Or I might be misremembering.
Depends on the cantrip, but generally speaking,
No. Okay, that's fair. Okay. I am done.
Right.
Anthony, fuck off.
You telling me to fuck off? No, you.
I know that's coming straight at me.
So, can you make a charisma? Wait a minute.
It's got a range of touch.
It does have a range of touch, so she'd have to walk up to the dragon that's flying towards her and touch it with the tip of her demon staff. Make a charisma saving throw.
Well, first she has to make a melee spell attack against her.
That's true. She can't actually move and do this on the same turn. So instead of doing that, because that's a legendary action, so she can't move and cast it.
It's a nasty spell. That's why I'm pointing out.
Yes. Let's do this one instead because it's fun. So what level is the true polymorph? It's a level 9 spell, yeah?
It's 9th level. Can I make an argument, though, why she wouldn't do that?
Why?
How would she know I'm true polymorphed? Unless she can see magic.
How does she know you're true polymorphed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of character. The reason I'm making this argument is I don't have a level 20 Rika.
No. Alright, so given that argument, she's actually going to use Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Make a wisdom saving throw where she delves deep into your mind trying to figure out just what the fuck you are. Trying to find your weaknesses.
16. He wouldn't know what she's doing, so he won't legendary resistance.
Oh, but you do know what she's doing, because, yeah.
Well, he knows she's trying to go into his mind, but he doesn't know why she's trying to go into his mind.
Okay. Okay. Either way, the target knows you're probing into its mind, and unless you should, yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's rooting through your brain, but it's your turn, and you're still there. You're still coming at her.
Okay. So, bonus action.
Really wanted to stop this, but go on.
Bonus action. I'm going to rage and frenzy.
Okay.
I'm going to fly 40 feet towards her, so I'm within melee.
Yeah. You don't even. You're only 20 feet away from her, but yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
You can't. Oh, apparently you can't. Yes, that's right. You can't frenzy and rage at the same time.
Really? I thought it was when you rage, you can choose frenzy.
Let me look it up. But I think he's right. Let's see. Frenzy. If you do so for the duration of your rage, you can make a single melee attack as a bonus action. This turn, you used your bonus action to rage. So
yeah, I'm not going to attack, but I'm going to enter a frenzy.
Okay. So you don't get any benefit from it this turn.
But next turn I will.
Okay. There is a tactical disadvantage to choosing to do it this way, but go on.
Well, he doesn't know she can dispel his magic.
This is true. Go on.
I'm going to I'm going to reckless attack too.
Okay.
$16, 32, 23.
And all the 16 misses, but the other 2 hit.
Okay. Oh, and everyone, all the drow need to make wisdom saving throws or be frightened of me. Big, frightful presence.
Okay. Wisdom save. Spirit, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. No. Okay. Alright, so the first one, the captain.
Passes.
I didn't even put the modifier. Who did we lose? Oh no, Amanda!
Amanda!
Yay!
Amanda!
So that one would actually be a 25. The Dragloth.
DC is 19.
Okay. The Dragloth has a +6, so that would also bring it up and over. The Matron has a +11, so that's a 21. Dragloth passes. The consort gets an 18. What's the DC again?
19.
Okay, so the consort and the Inquisitor fail. So both the consort and the Inquisitor are frightened of the big bad dragon.
Okay. 2 attacks that hit were my claws. You said something chaotic happens when I use my claws.
Okay.
I don't know what that is, but that's what you said. You said, just wait. Because I asked if I could transfer some of the power to turning my claws magical, and you said, they're going to do something chaotic when you use them.
Mm-hmm. So roll your regular damage.
I did. I got 32.
32. Against... Okay. Now, roll the D100.
Okay. 91.
Shit. Okay.
Do I need to roll twice because I used my claws twice?
No.
No? Okay.
But if you die in the next minute, you immediately come back to life as if by the reincarnate spell.
Oh, great!
Okay.
That's fun.
Now, where were we? So that was Rika. So it's Scarlet's turn. Scarlet, I'm assuming, is going to run out of the run into the room and start hacking and slashing. And since that she can fly, she doesn't need to worry about the ice on the ground, which is fun. Am I right, Amanda? Yes. Okay. So, are you going to attack the matron mother or one of her minions? Can I send my minion after her minion? Who is your minion? I do recall.
I do send mine after her minions, then I can go after her.
I'm sorry, what was that? Can anyone translate what that was?
She's talking about her maximum method army.
You didn't actually... You were summoned back before you could get them through. Sorry.
No, you gave her the ability to summon them because...
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay. So, yeah, as... Alright then. So what do you want to do? Do you want to attack her, or do you want to use your action to summon your methods? Attacker. Okay. So, roll 3 iterations of d20 plus 13, presumably with advantage as you attack recklessly. Please.
Pardon?
Amanda. 3 iterations of d20 plus 13 with advantage, please. Okay. Boop, ba-doop, boop. Boop, ba-doop, boop. Ah! Try again. Can I roll it? Yes, I can. Absolutely. 3d20. Meh. Can I? My fingers aren't behaving. 30, 25, and 20 against the matron. All of those would hit. No critical this time, but still 3d6 plus 33 plus 3d4 54 points of damage. And yeah, just in case, let's roll that again to see if we can do better. No, 54 is the better one. And she's still up. She's bloody though. Let's see if she can withstand your infectious fury. Plus 11, yeah, probably. Ooh, she actually fails. Now, okay, I don't know if you're able to listen to me, Amanda, or if you're busy with kids, but you can choose to have the matron mother make a melee attack against a creature of your choice, or take an additional 2d12 psychic damage. Do you want them to take more hurt, or do you want them to hit somebody? Just take some extra. Have her take some extra damage. Two d12 psychic damage. 18. Yeah, she is not the happy bunny. In fact, before the Yocklaw gets its turn, she's going to use another legendary action to hit Scarlet with her demon staff, or at least try to. Yeah, she has to use 2 legendary actions to cast a spell. And does a 29 hit? I believe it does. Oh, her DC AC is 20 though, so yeah, that was a closer call than I thought. Okay. So this is going to be 4d6 psychic damage. D8 gets, this part gets divided by 2. Come on, there we go. So 21 points of bludgeoning and psychic damage. The bludgeoning has already been halved. And Scarlet needs to make a wisdom saving throw to avoid becoming frightened of the matron mother, unless she's immune to being frightened, and I don't think she is. Yeah, I think that's a different character. So the wisdom save would be a d20 plus 1. And that, sadly, is a fail. So you are frightened of the matron mother, which means you have disadvantage on your attacks against her. And you can't willingly move any closer to her. But anyway, Yocklaw's turn. Now the Yocklaw was within 5 feet of the dragon, but then the dragon fucking moved. So it's going to... I'm sorry, what?
Rob just pointed out that she would have had to move to hit Scarlet.
Scarlet ran up and attacked the matron mother.
I'm just saying what Rob said.
Yeah. So she thwacked back because they were already within 5 feet of each other. If she was within 10 feet, she still would have been immune. 10 feet of you. Have you been attacking the matron mother? Yes, you have been, haven't you? Had you? No, you're still...
Yeah, I just used my ice storm and that was it. I never moved in yet.
I don't think she'd be... Because Malrock hasn't moved into the room yet, I don't think she's within 10 feet of you anymore. Sorry. Of course, as soon as you get within 10 feet of her, the frightened effect will be gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Yoklol is going to move 30 feet towards the dragon and then throw... web.
Okay.
Dex save, please.
Yep.
You're probably going to bust out of it quickly, but meh. Yep.
25.
Yeah. Again, you just shred that fucking webbing to bits. The consort. He's going to cast Mage Arms. Actually, no. No. He's going to drop Fireball on the dragon's back.
Ah! 17.
Oh, that's a fail.
No!
Cosmic Omen.
I'm sorry, what?
Cosmic Omen. Marceline can use a reaction to give the person a d6.
Okay. That was 8d6 anyway. So you want to add a... So Rika's going to add a d6 to his save, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to roll or you roll?
Roll.
Yeah, I'll roll.
Yeah, either way, one of you roll. Try and turn that 17 into an 18, which is exactly what you needed.
Yay!
So instead of taking 31 points of fire damage, the dragon only takes 15. Having got a quick warning from Marceline to get out of the way quicker. So yeah, it just singes your tail instead of burning your entire back.
Yeah.
Okay. And he would also move 30 foot closer after doing that. Night Watch.
Okay.
Are you moving into the room?
No, but I will ask, are you guys okay with me using an AoE effect in the room?
A what effect?
Area of effect.
AoE, I thought she said we. Go on ahead, I'm down.
Scarlet, you okay?
Scarlet will be able to tank it. It's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna use Sunburst in the room.
This may not be okay.
Spell Sunburst. Okay. 60-foot radius. So, we need Scarlet and Rika to each make Constitution saving throws, as well as everybody else in the room.
What's my con? Oh, I have a great con save.
You got the best con save.
No, not everyone's inside the room.
No, it was a joke. Anyway, I have the greatest con save. I have the best con save. You know, anyway.
No, I meant Rob thing. I got your joke.
So, yes. I think even with the modifiers that each of them have, only one of them... The Dragloth... Yeah, the Dragloth gets a dirty 20, everyone else fails. So, yeah, 12d6 radiant damage and blinded. Holy shit.
Wait, yeah. Let me roll to see how much damage.
I think Scarlet.
Would this be up?
You think what now? Say?
I think Scarlet passes.
Where did... Yeah, Scarlet got a 32. Oh, I see. Yeah. I thought that was... I thought that was the damage roll. Okay.
No.
Scarlet passes. Rika passes. Can't upcast it. No.
Okay. Let me do the damage.
12d6 radiant damage.
Those who failed are blinded for a minute.
Yes, I know. Which is pretty much everyone except the Dragloth. Which makes sense that the Drow would actually be blinded by sunlight fairly easily. 35! Okay. So, the captain... Half of 35 would be 17? Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Everyone's going to have advantage against the Drow now because they're all fucking blind. Well,
Woo.
Fucking done. Grr.
No legendary resistance.
Oh shit, does the matron mother have legendary resistance? Let's see.
I should just shut up, guys.
No, she doesn't. So, yeah, pretty much. So the Inquisitor can't do much because he can't fucking see. So he's going to cast True Seeing on himself.
Ah, that's funny.
That's all he can do. Actually, there is one other thing he can do. As a bonus action, he can summon a spectral dagger. And so he's going to stab the dragon with his spectral dagger. It's basically like spiritual weapon, but a dagger. Dagger. Plus 10. Does a 19 hit? Does a 19 hit Rika?
What?
Yeah, it does hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I was gonna ask, wouldn't he have disadvantage since he's blinded?
He's just cast True Seeing on himself, so he can see. But it's also not. It's also not him that's doing the attack. It's his spiritual weapon.
Never mind, continue.
13 points of damage.
What damage type?
Force.
Force? I'm immune to force.
What?
Yeah, that's the damage type they've given the Chaos Dragon to be immune to.
That's ridiculous. Okay. Alright.
The stat block doesn't make sense, but it's what you gave me, and it says force.
Fine. Malrock. Yeah, it's not an official dragon. It doesn't have to make sense. Malrock.
Yes.
It is your turn.
Yeah, I can finally attack.
Yay! And the bitch is blind.
So that means advantage?
That means advantage. Those both hit. Those definitely hit. In fact, I'm pretty sure one of them is almost double her AC. Yeah, 34. Double her AC would be 34.
And sure, why not? Give her level 3 Divine Smite for an extra 48.
Ooh. 70. She down. She very down. And as she goes, the Yoklol also disappears on summons, because it was only her that was maintaining it. So the Yoklol's gone and the matron mother are gone. Well done. The captain. Captain, who still can't see, is going to yeah. I don't think we're going to be in combat for much longer anyway. Yeah, D20 plus 8 with disadvantage. 10 does not penetrate the dragon's scaly hide. The Dragloth, who can see, is going to try once again to confuse... Actually, no, I can't try once again to confuse the dragon, because it's only a 1-a-day ability. But, yeah. 3d20 plus 8. 26, 13, and 10 against the dragon? Only the bite attack penetrates. Okay. Two D10 plus 5. Oops. 16.
Is that piercing?
That's piercing. Yes.
So halved.
Yes. So you take 8 points of piercing damage from a Dragloth bite.
Yep.
And Blood Dancer. Blood Dancer.
Pardon?
Your turn. What does Blood Dancer do?
Okay. I peek out. I see a full-on battlefield before me, I'm guessing.
Pretty much. Well, you see that the matron mother is down. The slimy Yockel demon disappeared. The several of the drow are literally like groping around blind. The Dragloth can still see and is attacking the dragon. It's not looking good for the drow. What do you want to do? If you do a Eldritch Blast, you're going to have advantage on the attacks because they can't see shit.
I kind of want to get a bunch of them in my spirit guardians.
Do you want to just sprint through the room trying to get them all in the... How fast can you move if all you're doing is moving?
Can I be riding my Shadowhound thingy?
How big is your Shadowhound? I'm pretty sure it's only medium-sized.
I think, let me check,
And Blood
because I wanted
Dancer-
to be able to ride him.
Uh-huh.
Can't remember if we agreed to put him as large or not.
Although, it's part of your Find Greater Steed, isn't it? So yeah, if you summon your Shadow Mastiff as Find Greater Steed, it will be large enough for you to ride. Well,
Yeah.
that would be your action, and then the Shadow Mastiff would move its movement, which...
And I'll be getting Spirit Guardians, well, trying to hit as many as I can with Spirit Guardians.
Yes, I understand. I'm just looking at... Okay, so it's got a 40-foot movement. So if it dashes, then that's 80 feet. Yeah. It could probably snake around the room and hit almost everybody. Or at least all your enemies. How many do we have now? 1, 2...
Is it too late to say I upcast it to 4th level? The Spirit Guardians that I cast last round.
If you want to change which spell slots you've burned, sure.
Yeah. 4d8, and can they make a...
Wisdom saves.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me just knock off that 4th level
So
spell slot.
0, 2, 6, and 10. So, what's the spell save DC?
Spell save DC, I think it should have technically gone up. I think I forgot to change it.
Okay, let me double check. Okay, so spellcasting, it's 10. It should be 18. So, the first one passes. That's the Dragloth. And the Inquisitor passes. But both the Consort and the Captain take your Spirit Guardians damage. Do you know how much damage that is?
4d8, 21 radiant.
So the Consort takes 21, 65.
Blood Dancer mutters in Elvish, "Ha ha, your matron mother's dead. Some matron mother she is."
They cry in despair, particularly the Consort. But that was Blood Dancer, so then it would have been the Matron Mother, and she can't do any of her lair abilities or anything because she's unconscious. That's Wolfara, actually. Yep, that's a fail. Marcy! What would Marcy like to do?
Okay, she's gonna get out the hole, and she's gonna attack one of these blind drow.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna do primal savagery.
Nice!
And she's gonna go after their kneecaps.
D20 plus 11 with advantage. Tear him up. That's a critical.
That's my daughter!
8d10. $52 points of damage. Okay. And Rika.
Hi! Shoot, do I kill the mother or do I have to go after others?
The mother's already down.
Yeah. I was being like,
But there's
double.
there's nothing to stop you picking up the mother's corpse and throwing it at another drow.
That's true. But I think I'm going to go flurry of attacks for my thing. Can I get back to the captain?
What are you actually trying to do?
I'm just going to do a flurry of attacks. I want to know if I can get captain.
Do you mean your normal dragon multi-attack, or are you talking about...
Yeah, dragon multi-attack.
Okay, because you don't have any monk levels. But yeah, you got an 80-foot fly, so yeah, you could...
Oh yeah, true. Don't. And then reckless.
Uh-huh.
4. Damn.
That's a crit. Followed
Yeah.
by 3 hits.
Okay, let's see.
Why do you... Oh, because you've also got...
Alright.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Kenzie.
Yeah. 10 plus.
Do you have brutal critical?
I do not.
No. That's okay. That's still going to be 4d10 plus 4d8, and then 6d6 plus 32. Wait, not including... Yeah, with your rage bonus on top of that.
$130.
On the captain, you said, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he down.
And 2 of those attacks were my claws, so another D100.
Yeah, another D100.
50.
50 is gonna be... You can't speak for the next minute. Whenever you try, pink bubbles float out of your mouth.
He goes to roar and just pop, pop, pop. Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. The Dragloth is no longer in melee range with the dragon, but he would have been able to make a opportunity attack. 23 would have hit the dragon.
Yep.
And half of... Yeah, 10 points of damage. But
okay.
On its actual turn, it's going to run at Blood Dancer. And... 16, 17, and 13. Do any of those hits? Yes, 2 of them. So that would be 4d10 plus 10 of piercing and slashing damage as he bites and claws at Blood Dancer. 30 points of damage from the half drow, half demon thing. And did you get that, Shan?
How much damage?
30 points of damage to you.
Okay. Blood Dancer goes, ow, why'd you do that?
Do you say that in Elvish?
Yes.
You killed Mother.
She birthed you?
And then it's Blood Dancer's turn. Yes.
And Blood Dancer is going to... what can Blood Dancer do? He has Word of Radiance. So he's going to do that next to the demon guy who hurt him.
Do you want to know what... So yes, when a matron mother or a high priestess produces a Dregloth, the father is one of these things. Makes sense, right?
Totally.
So anyway, what is Blood Dancer doing? Sorry?
I will cast Word of Radiance.
On the Dregloth?
Yes.
Okay.
46, right.
Is it a roll to save or a roll to hit?
I think they need to make a... I think it's a con save.
Alright, let's have a look. Word of Radiance, you said, right?
Yes.
Ah, I don't have it. Google. Where are you? You utter a divine word and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take as a cantrip. So at your level it would be 46. Yes. Elf plus crab equals wolf. It does look a bit wolf-like, doesn't it? But look at the limbs, and you'll see the family resemblance. Can't save plus 4. Ah, fuck, not one. So you did the full 13 points of damage.
So, yeah, he takes the... I rolled it up before. 13.
13? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's the thing I rolled up before. And I'm going to do the running through Spirit Guardians, giving everybody ouchies. Having my wolf... Would the wolf have to, like, disengage so I don't get attacked and then run through?
Yes, so it would only move 40 instead of 80. Yeah.
Yeah. But before I go and attack your family, fluff you, Word of Radiance, runs off.
Fluff you. Funny. Okay, so, yes. So the other 4... And again it would be plus... It's a wisdom save, so plus nothing for the Dregloth. Plus 2 for the consort, so that's a fail as well. Plus 6 for the captain, so that's a pass. And even with the plus... 13 for the Inquisitor, which would still be a fail. So only one pass. How much damage do you do this time?
4d8.
20. Okay, so this time... Oh, the captain's down already. So it doesn't matter that he passed because he's already unconscious.
He's probably failed a death save now.
Yes, he's definitely failed a death save now. Okay. Well done. There's only 3 drow still standing, and one of them is a half demon. That was Blood Dancer's turn. Let's see if the mother gets a miracle. Nope. Marcy.
Wait, you mean Night Watch?
No, it's Marcy's turn. We just had Blood Dancer's turn. It's Marcy's turn. We're still only on round 2.
That's what I admit.
Am I mixing things up? Did I?
Yeah. Marceline is
Okay. Okay, maybe we're too tired to do this. Tell you what. With the console breaking down in tears, the Inquisitor's probably going to try and negotiate for peace, because both the console and the Inquisitor are blinded. Yeah, fuck it. We'll put a pin in it there. Say that you won, because it would be long and drawn out, and eventually you'll kick all their asses anyway. And we're already gone 30 minutes over time, so I know we started late, but
Yeah.
Some of us have to work tomorrow. But yeah, I hope you guys listening at home have enjoyed this as much as we enjoyed playing, and that you like and subscribe so you get more content like this. You can also join our community on Discord. There is a link in the description below, and if you're all feeling super generous, or even just sort of friendly really, you can also support us on Patreon. There's a link for that too. In the meantime, no matter what role you play,
Have a good game.